sometimes the generation gap seems like as big of a chasm as it is from here to Mars. And joining us this morning on the program is our friend Fred Parrish, checking in with us today. Fred, thanks for joining us once again. He's a business strategist. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
You know, the way Forrest and I are type A personnel, is it's hard for us to sit still, but we come from a time where longevity at a job was a badge of honor. And as times have changed and the generations have changed, we're seeing a shift away from what was important, and that was longevity and loyalty, and some other things are coming into the mix, it seems.
Well, that's true. And I come from a similar time, and that is, we were used to the idea of going to work at a job and staying there for years. The Millennial group, their average time on a job or in a particular position is 2 years, where baby boomers is 10. So it is quite different, and I see that a lot in my business. There are a number of people I know who are a part of the quote-unquote gig economy, but I think that is still a relatively small percentage. I would say 25-30% at the most, and I think it's a much smaller percentage of people who actually make their full-time living in that particular role.
Technology has had to have played a major role in this with computers and the growth of the ability of computers and shrinking them down into size wise and making them affordable for businesses and more manageable. It makes more things possible, which obviously would create new and different kinds of jobs, it seems like, every day.
Well, absolutely, and if you can think of Uber is a perfect example of that. There are thousands, tens of thousands of people who are Uber drivers, and technology is what has facilitated that.
And millennials are not, and I know they get a bad rap, and sometimes deservedly so, but millennials are out there rolling up their sleeves, and a lot of them are paying their dues or creating new pathways, it seems.
Yeah, well, they're certainly trying. It has been a tough economy for them until recently. Now, as you know, those trends are changing, and we have the tightest labor market that has been in the U.S. for almost 50 years now. And so the reaction to that is interesting. I've seen where millennials and really even the Gen Z group who are doing what they call ghosting. They won't even show up for interviews, or if they get offered a job, they won't show up for the job. So, it is a changing time. Now, some recent reports looks like the economy could be heading a slightly different direction at some point in the near future, and companies are starting to respond to that. So it's a changing environment all the time, and you just have to stay on top of that.
Yeah, changing times for sure, and with the holidays, I know there's a lot of part-time gigs out there, and everybody's piling in and enjoying, I guess, this abundance of jobs compared to the fewer number of people that are available to take the jobs. Fred Parrish, thank you so much for joining us on Memphis Morning News. Have a great rest of your week.
You too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.